Conserve your dreams. You never know when you're going to need them. Carlos Rizafon. And happiness sometimes settles into people's lives when they stop doing what they desire, whatever the reason they hold. Their ambition unfortunately becomes buried down by worries and more important priorities, residing in an obscure, almost unreachable corner of their mind and heart. These people force and fool themselves to be happy with the unsatisfactory life they carry, refusing to reflect on how dull their lives may be. They have convinced themselves that their dreams are elusive and unattainable. I hold strong to the belief, however, that one must always preserve their dreams, because one day they may be able to embrace them. This is what I experienced. It all started when I was 8 years old. I started painting. My mother one day insisted to inscribe me in art classes offered downtown. I accepted, thinking I'll make new friends, while mightily being excited by the fact that I learned the chromatic scale and how to control a brush. I arrived my first day and felt overwhelmed by the amount of kids in there, either forced by their parents or legitimately being interested in art. My teacher handed me pencils and pastels, a notebook, and instructions to practice the beginner techniques. I went home unsatisfied and bored with the experience. "Come on, honey, don't give up. You must give it a chance. It's barely your first day," my mother kept insisting. With an annoyed look and whiny voice, I said, "Fine." As my mom affirmed, the second day was more enjoyable. I started drawing, coloring, and shading a wine bottle with a fruit basket to its side, everyone's first drawing in school. My teacher gave me automatic praise as an aide, making me think I wasn't that bad. I wanted to excel in something, so I convinced myself that I'd become better. I never missed a day of class. Gradually, I received more genuine praises from my teacher. "That looks really good, darling. You're improving," she said, with a huge smile and a pat on my shoulder. Gradually, a dream was induced into me. I imagined myself in an enormous art gallery with my works of art covering every wall. I imagined myself in the middle of that gallery, wearing a beret like the famous Pablo Picasso once did, wearing my apron splashed in paint, carrying a brush and a palette covered in all the colors I ever mixed, hearing comments like, "Whoa, look at this one, I love it, I can really relate to it," complimented with gasps and admiring eyes. I kept that scene until pre-adolescence hit me when I was 10 and my talent became eclipsed by computers, cell phones, boys, friends, and laziness. These factors dominated my life for many years. My happy childhood faded away. After a long time, I started to get bored and anxious, realizing I was wasting my life by living through a routine. Wake up, get to school, finish homework, and use the computer and cell phone simultaneously. I did nothing productive, knowing life was passing by. A desire to have the feeling of happiness and tranquility that used to linger in me. I relished the liberty and glee when I sat down and relaxed on the cold floor, squirted every color I needed on the palette, grabbed my brush and smothered it in paint. I started to create my own worlds, escaping reality. I am now 16 and still do. I again conserve the dream of my childhood. I know I was just a kid, but we are the ones that usually dream big. I still love to see the brush's colorful trace yet to become alive, and the shades and the highlights blending together, to smell the acrylic paint covering the canvas, to hear someone's "that's very pretty." I paint and have a lighthearted feeling in my chest when I am finally able to break my routine. I feel like screaming, laughing, or doing a happy dance. I no longer waste my time. I enjoy my days, and I'm sure I'll keep enjoying them into adulthood by painting. I preserved my dream, and happiness overwhelms me. This I believe, to keep dreaming.